How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. My name is Henry, and I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today because in this episode, we're going to talk about happiness, how you can have happiness at any point in your life. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So pick a word. It could be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. We're going to take a deep breath in. As you're breathing in, you're going to say this word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one's about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It can have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. Once you exhale, anything that no longer resonated with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. Well, happiness is a powerful thing. In fact, many people come to this podcast seeing it titled the Positive Mindset Podcast, looking for happiness. That positive mind that can find the good in their life. Well, with this perspective, we're going to talk about how you can be in control, how you take your power back and you dictate your experience, not the world. So happiness is a feeling. It's not a thing. It's a feeling. There's a way that you feel that you would describe when you're happy. It could be comfortable. It could be safe. It could be light. There's so many things that it could be, but to you, you have to pick what it is. Once you know what the feeling is that you associate with happy, we use a powerful technique to have that feeling at any time. The better you get at having that feeling and the more difficult of the situation, the more the happiness feeling expands within you that you carry with in all ways. You see, growth happens in resistance. The resistance is when we expand because we push against the pressure. And once we make it through the pressure, we expand so that we can handle it. We show the world what we're up against. We show our energy what we're up against, and we push against it. And that's how we believe it when we make it through. And that's why we become it. So the resistance is a good thing. So once you have that feeling that you would describe as happy, once you have it in your mind, we're going to use gratitude to allow us to find it wherever we need it and bring it into the now so that you can experience it now. Whether you're in the hospital, whether you're on a road trip, whether you're at work, whether you're at home, wherever you are, you can use gratitude to feel the way that you want to feel, which in this case, we're calling happy. So the way you use this process is whatever your situation is we connect to a time in our life, an experience in our mind where we felt the way we want to feel now. So maybe it's the time you went on this date and it was the best date you'd ever been on. And you felt so good at the end of it. You were so warm on the inside. You were so excited. You're so happy. And you want that feeling now. Because right now, you're dealing with some difficult stuff. Maybe your parents are sick. Maybe your job is struggling. Maybe you're not sure what's going to happen. You don't feel so good, but you want that energy. So you use gratitude like this. You think of that moment and you start saying what you're thankful for from that experience. I'm so thankful that I was able to go on that date. I'm so thankful that we had such a good time together. I'm so thankful for how I was feeling at that time to show there and be present. I'm so thankful for them and everything that they did. And then you start thinking about the moment where your happiness, after you've said your gratitude to connect you to it, you start saying the moment where you felt that happiness. Start imagining it, replaying it in your mind. Maybe you got that first kiss. Maybe it was something they said that was just so amazing, that you felt so warm inside. You think about it. You hear it. You feel it. You use all of your senses to experience it. And as you're experiencing it, you're going to bring it to the now. So you will start feeling the feeling now, even though you're in different circumstances. The more you do this, the easier it will get. Now, if you're dealing with something tough, that's a really hard time to try to learn a new technique. That's why now is the time to start practicing gratitude for real. Pick an easy obstacle. Maybe you have to do the laundry. Maybe you have to go do the dishes. Maybe you have to clean up the house. They're not the worst things in the world, but maybe you don't want to do them. And when you do them, you complain or you get aggravated. Either way, you're not in the happiness energy. So next time you go to do them, when you start washing those dishes, you think of that moment that you're going to express gratitude for so that you can receive it. You do that exact exercise that we just talked. You start saying what you're thankful for so that you can make the picture real, so that you can bring yourself there. Then you connect to that moment that meant the most, that moment that gave you that pure happiness. You connect to it. You remember the smells. You remember the sounds. You look around. You remember the faces and the people and the places around you. You bring all that in, and then you start feeling that feeling again. You remember what your heart was doing. You remember how your mind was racing. So you start pulling that within you, so you're feeling that way while you're doing the dishes. So you're teaching yourself that you have control of your internal state, that it's not you. The world is not as it is. It's not the dishes that are the problem. It's us. The world is as we are, not as the world is. Because if you feel that bliss, if you feel that happiness while doing dishes, then the dishes are not the control. It's you. And if you can make yourself feel that way then, you can make yourself feel that way at any time. Because it doesn't matter what's going on external. So you can experience happiness with nothing changing around you. Now you might be thinking, what if I haven't had good moments? What if I can't think of anything that makes me happy? Use your mind. It's that powerful. It doesn't have to even be something that's happened. You're looking for the feeling. It's not the thing. So even if it's just thinking about it, will create that energy within you so that you feel it, then you can do that. You just start thinking about what it is that you desire. Maybe it's when you graduate. Maybe it's that job. Maybe it's getting that car that you dream of. Whatever it is, you connect to it the same way by saying what you're thankful for to create the picture. As you say you're thankful for something, it becomes more real to you. Then you use your senses to connect to the moment even more. The smell, what it looked like, the temperature, all of it. Connect with it all. And then you get to that one moment where your hair starts to stand up. You feel it within you. Your heart starts to beat faster. Your mind, it races again. You bring that feeling within you now. And you handle what you have to handle. You are in control. You are the creator of your experience. You are an observer and a creator. What you observe, you create. So observe with gratitude. Connect to those moments, bring them within you, and create the happiness that you desire. That is your duty. That is how you rise up and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was powerful and gave you a positive perspective that you can use to make this an experience that you enjoy. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. You can also follow my Instagram and TikTok. They are down below as well. Well, thank you so much for listening. We're going to end on a deep meditative breath to help us align on the frequency that we want. So when we breathe in, say happy. Fill yourself up with that happiness. Happiness, happiness, happy, happy, happy. See it expand. As you hold your breath, allow yourself to become one with it. Really connect with that happiness energy. And as you exhale, allow anything that no longer resonates with you to leave you. And when you're ready, move into the day. Let's take a final deep breath in. And out.